Hello everyone, it's Evie here, and today I'm going to talk about the importance of going with the flow and trusting the universe. And this is something I have talked about a little bit in a previous video when I talked about my experience with the angels. And I had an experience during meditation recently that I felt like further drove that point home for me, and I felt like I really needed to share. And this meditation almost didn't happen because over this past weekend, I went with someone to the Chicago Botanic Garden, and afterwards, he asked me if I wanted to go to a Baha'i temple. And I had never been to one before, and honestly, never even heard of it before. And I was a little nervous about it, not knowing what to expect. But I was also exhausted from the hours of walking through the garden, so I had initially said no. And on the way back, we got closer to the temple, but we were far enough away that we could see the temple in the distance. And it was just completely breathtaking. And I ended up changing my mind, and we went into the temple. And it's so beautiful. The grounds are incredible. It's definitely picture worthy. And I went inside, and the designs are incredible. And so we sat down to meditate, and I got lost in the designs around the temple, and it felt like there was a flow to them, and I just kept seeing this flow of, it was like a river. Everything was going down a river downstream and flowing so beautifully. And during this meditation, a mantra came to me that was flow and trust and love. And at the beginning of the meditation, I could feel fear within me. Usually it's in my stomach where I feel fear, and so I could feel it physically there because I tend to like to know what I'm doing when I'm going to do it. And I don't always go with the flow of things, and I don't always trust enough to go with the flow. And so I could really feel this fear around the idea of going with the flow. And so that's where love came in for me, that I have to love myself enough to want to have these beautiful experiences, because incredible things can happen when we just let go of control and go with the flow. Incredibly beautiful experiences that we never thought would happen can happen if we just let go and go into the unknown. And I wouldn't have learned that if I hadn't just gone with the flow. And yeah, I resisted a little bit at first, but I'm incredibly grateful that I did it, and I went with the flow a little bit to go in. And during this meditation, I just kept repeating the mantra of flow and trust and love, flow and trust and love. And I could feel myself starting to break away from that need to control. And when we aren't in flow with life, we feel stuck. We feel like things are going wrong. And if we just let go and go with the flow and trust that whatever is happening is for our highest and greatest good, that everything will be okay. And that's a thing that really made a difference for me, is knowing that whatever happens is for my highest and greatest good. And I may not initially see what the good in something is at first, but I know that it's there, that eventually I will look back on whatever it is that felt like a setback or felt bad to me at first. I can look back on it later on and realize, oh, this is how it helped me. This is how that struggle was really for my highest good. And we don't always look at things that way, but if we just keep the mindset of this is for my highest good and there's a plan for me somewhere, there's a reason why I'm going through this thing right now, and really trust and really feel that yes, this is for my highest and greatest good, that beautiful things will come from this, even if it's not great. Even the good things, all things are for our highest good, even if we can't see it. We just have to trust it and go with the flow. It's so important, and it's something that I'm learning. I'm learning to let go of that need to control things, that need to always know what's going to happen. I'm definitely that way where I don't want to do something if I don't know what's going to happen when I go. But little by little, I'm letting go of that need to know all the time, because we can have incredible experiences. Our lives can completely change in ways that we never expected if we just let go of that need to control and go with the flow and trust that whatever happens is for our highest and greatest good, and love ourselves enough to let ourselves have these experiences, because that's part of self-love. Sometimes, yeah, we get scared. I definitely do. I get nervous about new situations, and if I don't know what's going to happen, I don't always want to do it right away if I don't know what to expect. But what if we just let go of that need to know and approach things with a curiosity of, ooh, I wonder what's going to happen, or I wonder how this is for my greatest good or my highest good, and approach it with a mindset of wonder and excitement rather than fear and anxiety. I think that would be really helpful, and just start to trust. For me, it's been knowing that things are for my highest good, that everything is for my highest good, that has really helped me to slow down my fears, or to look past my fears and my anxieties and do things. If I want to do something, I can look past the fear and do it anyway. And it's so important. It's so important. We need to have more trust in each other and trust in ourselves, but also trust in the universe, that even though bad things happen, or things that we perceive as bad happen in our lives, they are for a reason. And I have talked about that in the past as well, in looking at your past in a helpful way. And it's just incredibly important, and I feel like a lot of my experiences lately have been connected. Like, they're all connected and they're all helping me grow. And that's why I feel like I need to share this wisdom with you all. So maybe it will resonate with some of you and help you grow as well. Because I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, I've been through it all already, my life is perfect, because my life isn't perfect. I still have anxieties. I still don't fully trust sometimes. I still don't go with the flow all the time. And that's just part of life. It's part of being human, and that's okay. But I just I felt like I had to share this experience. It was such a powerful meditation, and had I stuck with my no of not going and didn't trust, I wouldn't have had it. I wouldn't have had this breakthrough for me. And it truly does feel like a breakthrough, that knowing things are for the best always. It really helps me to trust and go with the flow, maybe just a little bit more. I might not always go with the flow. I might sometimes feel like I want to control things, but now that I have this awareness, I can start to let go a little bit more. And it's a process, and little by little, I will get there to really be in this flow state more often than not. And I hope it helps for you as well. So I definitely want to hear from you. Where in your life do you feel like you could bring a little bit more flow? And how do you feel what helps you trust a bit more in the universe? And what areas of your life do you feel like you could use a little bit more love? And then send yourself so much love. And I'm sending you love as well. And I will see you all next time.